Hello everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. I'm here with Will, I'm here with Kyle. This video is all about Steve Bruce. It looks like he might be the new Newcastle United manager after an extensive search. Not. It's obviously not Newcastle's first choice, Kyle, not his second choice, but he probably was. Yep, I don't think he was even Newcastle's first choice this week. Are there any positives of Steve Bruce becoming the Newcastle manager?
No. There's no positives to him coming in. I mean, you can see his heart's in the right place. I mean, you could set one of us for his manager. We'd have our hearts in the right place. It's underwhelming. It's just a gutting feeling because we started the summer so optimistic with this BCG group and Mourinho potentially coming in or Rafa staying on, being linked with Kylian and Mbappe, to Steve Bruce and 2 loan signings following him in. So like, that's the reality, and with what we've lost, well, look, if you were to do a predictions video, I'd probably put the bottom of the table.
Do you agree, Will? Do you feel that Steve Bruce is that bad of a manager that would probably finish bottom of the league, or do you feel that with a tiny bit of quality that we do have in the squad, he could work with that and maybe keep us up this season?
It's always a possibility. I think if there is going to be a positive, it'll be by the fact that Newcastle have a manager, and him plus some signings. You know, if they can improve the areas that need improving, they have every chance to stay up. But it will be really, really close, and it's down to a lack of preparation and a lack of professionalism that the club have found themselves in this position. They should have had this done and dusted weeks ago, so a manager at least could have been on the plane to China. Is Steve Bruce my first choice? Probably not. Do I think he'll keep us in the Premier League? I think we could very easily go down, but we could also probably finish about 17th or 16th. Either way, it'll be close, even if we get good players in.
It is a gamble. I think Will's
As it always is with Mr. Ashley.
It is, and I think obviously Will's touching the point that he sees maybe 16th to 19th, 16th to 18th. When you look at the previous jobs that he's had, Kyle, you look at the likes of Hull, where he kept them in the league. Yes, he got them relegated, but he did keep them up there. They got to an FA Cup final. With Sunderland, he managed to finish 10th, which obviously not great from a Newcastle fan point of view. But he has shown elements that he can do well in the Premier League at times.
Yeah, but look at the circumstances he's under, Jonny. He needs to come in and like invest. I'd argue the squad that he'd be coming into be one of the worst he's came into as a manager, with all the toxicity around the club, with the fan base not wanting him in, the hatred towards the owner, the frustration around the lack of communication. It's really bit at times from fans, and and hatred and resentment. It's just all pointing towards Mike Ashley.
I'm going to rephrase the question I've just asked Kyle, because I kind of want to get some sort of positivity from it. I don't want it just to be an ultra negative video, but obviously it's not Rafa Benitez, it's not the best of the best kind of manager. But even looking back when he first started as a manager in the Premier League in particular, the likes of Birmingham, Wigan, you know, he did well under difficult circumstances. You know, I thought he did a good job at Wigan. That's how he kind of got a bigger move from Wigan to go to Sunderland as well. Can he do something at Newcastle with, you know, maybe he can have the feeling that he knows what it means to the club, because people have said he's a Geordie lad through and through, but do you think he knows how difficult it's going to be?
He must know how difficult it's going to be. I think I slightly disagree with Carl in a way. I think there are some good elements to the squad. I think there's a solid defensive base to it. We know with 3 centre-backs like the Solskjaer and Lejeune. With, again, like I say, with a few more players, it can become a fairly decent squad and one that can compete a little bit higher up the league. He has been known with Hull, with Aston Villa, to kind of get them on a sort of stable, it's fair to say. Hull, he did very, very well there. Wigan, he did good, and that's the kind of job it is at Newcastle. But he has been known to steady ships, but this ship's the Titanic. Like it is quite a ship to steady. So I personally, as a fan, I'll give him every chance, and it's his dream job. He's going to go with it with the best intentions, and just the best of luck to him.
All our negativity is towards the owner, Kyle.
Yeah.
Have we got to give Steve Bruce a chance? Because if we don't, we could be playing Championship football next season if we don't even give the guy a chance.
Don't get us wrong, I will back him. He's not my number 1 choice. In fact, he's not my 100th choice. But I'd back I'll back him and I'll judge him from his time at Newcastle. I won't judge him from Wigan, Hull, wherever he's been. I'll not judge him on his track record. I'll judge him on plain simply what he's going to do at Newcastle. And to be fair, with the standard being set so high with Benitez, I think we need to drop it a little bit and hope that he can keep winning the league. But it's hard to be positive in the summer that we've had, so I will back him. I will a clean slate, and I'll try and be positive when it comes to him. But he's got to start well, I think, because if he doesn't, I can see a lot of the fan base getting on his back from the get-go, because a lot of fans have written him off straight away. I'll give him a chance, but if he doesn't start well, I can see a very even more toxic environment at the ground.
Will boycott Arsenal has got some legs on this appointment as well, because it's not, in most fans' opinions, a high quality appointment. So do you still believe that there is going to be, I'll just put a number out there, 30,000 fans or more at this game on 4 weeks from now?
I think the number will be around 30,000. That's my opinion. You can understand the fans' frustration. I mean, like, from the board point of view, like, what they probably see is how the club's performed over the last 2 years, and thought, well, we've got enough to stay up. But with Rafa Benitez, there were times where we thought we might actually be in a lot of trouble here, and there were times that we spent a lot of time in the relegation. So I think, what was it, last season we didn't win until November, and that's with a Champions League winning manager who's won every European Club Cup competition, and then Steve Bruce, who, he is seen as sort of one of these people who can do it, but there is a massive gap in quality in the manager. So unless he is aided by good players and players that he knows he can work with and works well in this squad, it'll be a massive struggle. But we'll just have to wait and see how that first game goes.
4 weeks today, well, you'll be seeing this tomorrow, so just under 4 weeks, Newcastle take on Arsenal. Steve Bruce looks like he's going to be the manager. Get your comments in below. Do you think that Steve Bruce can do a good job at Newcastle if he is appointed? And also get your comments in if you think that maybe it's swayed your decision for a season ticket. The fact that we've got an appointment that we didn't really want, we'd definitely not be getting a season ticket this season at Newcastle, because it seems that a lot of people have decided that's not going to be the case for a lot of reasons. But the fact that Steve Bruce might be the manager might be the cherry on top of the cake.